Yo, 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 E.
Yeah, I'm putting the links up. Go ahead. We could talk still.
I'm Eli,
I'm Eddie.
and we Game It Takes, man. And we got a lot to talk about, man. A lot to talk about, man. Look, this probably is the greatest trade deadline of all time. And I don't think it's a question about that. But before we get in all that, make sure y'all hit the sub button, make sure y'all subscribe, make sure y'all hit the like, make sure y'all keep supporting, man. We gonna keep coming with the content, man. That's all what we need y'all to do. You know what I'm saying? But let's get right into it. First we're gonna talk about the trade that kicked the whole thing off. We're gonna talk about Kyrie Irving going to the Mavericks, man. Kyrie Irving is now a Dallas Maverick. Eddie, you could touch on that first, or if you want me to go, I'll go. Um, you want to go?
Yeah. I think it was a complete.
First off, hold on. First off, let me say what he was traded for. Kyrie Irving was traded for Spencer Dinwiddie, Dorian Finney-Smith, 2 second-round picks.
To be honest, Eli, we talked about this. He got traded for a bag of chips, bag of peanuts. This was a complete steal for the Mavericks, and they also got Markieff Morris in that trade. A pretty good shooter. He's decent. Like, come on, bro. You guys gave Kyrie Irving up for nothing. I get he asked for the trade. I mean, you obviously had to get him out there in a hurry. He obviously didn't want to play. He was going to sit out the rest of the season. So I completely understand. That obviously wasn't his first destination. They claimed he wanted to go to LA, play with LeBron James, which to me doesn't make sense on why would you leave LeBron James first off, 6 years ago, 5 years ago?
About, about.
About 5, 6 years ago, didn't win anything, didn't make it past the second round just to want to come back to play with him. It doesn't make sense to me. But on a positive note, Kyrie and Luka are about to go crazy, man. The West is heating up. Like it was already. I mean, Eli felt otherwise about the West, but it was already pretty evenly out from the second seed and after, or definitely from the third seed and after. There's been a fight for the third seed and under for each team. The first two seeds have pretty much been the Memphis Grizzlies and the Denver Nuggets for a pretty good amount of time. So, but yeah, Kyrie and Luka, they're about to hook up, bro. Like I see this as one of the greatest offensive duos of all time. I mean, you can put any superstar with Kyrie Irving, and it'll probably be the greatest, one of the greatest offensive duos of all time, or you know, but on this note, I think there's a huge chance with also Christian Wood being down there, Markieff Morris, and the rest of those guys. There's a chance that they could see a Western Conference Finals, especially since the only team that can possibly stop Kyrie, yes, team, not player, team, is on the other side of the damn country. The Boston Celtics. They're on the other side of the country. So he's playing in a conference where nobody can touch him. And then on top of that, you had Luka Doncic on next to him, where no one in the league at all, no team in the league at all can touch Luka Doncic. So when you put that together with Christian Wood, as long as he can stay healthy, in which again, he's not a rim protector. He's not really the best big, but he can shoot lights out. He can score. He's going to give you 16, 17 points alongside with those guys. Still got Tim Hardaway. Still managed to keep Tim Hardaway in that trade. And Reggie Bullock still 3-and-D. A couple other guys. Reggie Bullock had a great game yesterday. Shout out to him in Kyrie's first game. Kyrie played also pretty well. So
Hold on, let me say this.
yeah,
Ja Morant, hold your horses, man. Hold your horses, man.
definitely.
You ain't worried about the West, right? That's what you say. You ain't worried about the West. What about now, Ja Morant? Is it good enough for you? Because it wasn't good enough for you before. So worry about it now. You know what I'm saying? You're not getting out the West. Let's just put that out there. You, Ja Morant, are not getting out the West. I said it here. I said it first. You're not getting out the West. You know what I'm saying? But let me touch on the Kyrie situation. The whole situation with the Nets was a debacle to begin with. We ain't gonna go down all of that. We know what happened. We know the severity of the issue. He has no respect for the Nets organization at this point. He's literally
Hold
publicly
on. I mean, to be fair,
slandering them right now. What happened?
not to cut you off at all, is real quick. But to be fair, they didn't have any respect for him as well. So it goes both ways. But go ahead.
Yeah, the feeling was mutual. So I'm glad that he gets to be elsewhere where he probably is most likely wanted. A team that is looking for his services for the near future. We don't know if it's long term yet, but I'm assuming that Mark Cuban wanted to keep a caliber player like this next to Luka for years to come, because we know nobody's going out there running to Luka to go play with him. You know what I'm saying? He's a player that, he is what he is. He's a beast. You know what I'm saying? He needs the ball to be dominant. So with that being said, I really like the trade. I think it's a very unique pairing. I think it makes the Dallas Mavericks significantly better offensively, but defensively is where the biggest question lies, especially in the backcourt. I really like the trade though. I think it shakes up the Western Conference amongst other things that we're gonna talk about. But Kyrie and Luka, I think it can work, but the likelihood of it not working is really 50-50. We just got to see it. That's just something that we'll have to see. We'll have to see the IQ. The IQ of Luka will also let us know if he makes Kyrie better. That will really let us know. You know what I'm saying? But if he doesn't make him better, I think it's just gonna be a lot of, your turn, my turn. That's what a lot of people think it is gonna be. But I think it will work. They're two of the most unguardable players in the league. Luka's looking very promising, and everybody, the general consensus is that if Luka could just get somebody that is all-star level, you know what I'm saying? Maybe a little bit better than all-star level, but he has something that's better than that. He has another superstar in Kyrie Irving next to him. You put another superstar next to Luka, and people saying he's gonna win a championship. That's the expectation. But they have to put a lot more around the team. I think that's the end of it. I didn't hear no trades for the Mavs. This is the trade deadline, so I didn't hear no trades for the Mavs. So I really don't know. I think this is how they're going into the playoffs with this roster. So I really don't know if they can win the championship with the roster, but I will say they're a major threat. And I really like it. That's pretty much all I have to say about it. Yeah, that's pretty much all I gotta say about it. I'm really eager to see how they play together. That's one thing, but Kyrie, and also I'm really eager to see if Kyrie Irving is going to stay. That's one thing, because people are saying that he wants to go to the Lakers. A report came out from Brian Windhorst stating that Kyrie could potentially be want to go to the Suns when he's a free agent. So it's all over the place. I don't know. But I will hope that Mark Cuban does everything in his power to keep Kyrie Irving with Luka. I don't want to see Kyrie go follow KD again and just go through that whole situation again. Just stay with y'all, man. Just have some stability in your life at this point. You don't want to be moving all around, bro. Like just
He's
be
already on
settled in one
fourth.
place so you can get your money. What happened?
He's already on his fourth team.
Yeah, man. Just have some stability in your life, bro. Just stay one place so you can get the money you're looking for. I'm sure the Mavs, if you play out this season and do great things for them, Mark Cuban will have no problem keep you with Luka. You know what I'm saying? As long as what you're doing doesn't have a conflict of interest with Luka, and that's another situation that could potentially happen, but I'm hoping it doesn't. But that's all I gotta say.
What's the next trade we got up?
Okay, so the next trade we got, of course, is probably the biggest one. I think it was a major steal. Also, I think the Kyrie Irving trade was a steal as well. We got Kevin Durant and TJ Warren for Cam Johnson, Mikal Bridges, Jay Crowder, 4 first rounders, and some cash, bro, from the Phoenix Suns.
I mean, yeah, the Suns. You said 4 first rounds, right?
4 first rounders.
Yeah, the Suns. A lot of people might not like this or agree with this, but the Suns kind of walked away with a little something extra over here. Because I mean, think about it. They got a young Mikal Bridges who hasn't missed a game since college. He didn't miss a game since high school. I'm sorry. Cameron Johnson, another 3-and-D. So you throw through 2 3-and-Ds there around Cam Thomas and Nick Claxton, who are probably the 2 best guys on the Nets right now. And then you got Ben Simmons, of course, on the side. And then you have 4 first rounds for the future. They already got a lot of young guys over there. Besides Ben Simmons, still young, classified as a young guy. But by the time those picks will be used, he's not going to be young anymore. But plus that, then again, they traded Jay Crowder, which we will get to later for what it will be. Yeah, 4 first rounds is a lot, especially on the fact that KD's 34 years old, bro, and his contract is about 3-4 years because he just signed it. So, I mean, and then with Kevin Durant, I mean, first off, we was talking about this on the last stream. Kevin Durant with Chris Paul is utterly like one of the best teams you could probably put together, or dual point guard forward duos you could possibly put together, even at this stage. I mean, with Chris Paul still putting up 14 and 9 at 38 years old, you guys like to, give credit to LeBron. Let's give some credit to Chris Paul as well. At 38 years old, still putting up 14 and 9, hanging with some of these guys. It ain't no 30 points per game like LeBron James, but it's still hanging up with these point guards here, and he's doing his job, still looking like a valuable point guard. Then you throw that along with Devin Booker averaging 27, 5, and 6, a superstar, probably the best two guard in the entire league. I mean, throw that aside the fact that they won 50 games in a 72 game stretch in 2021, then 60 again. Then they got DeAndre Ayton, who's putting up 18 and 10 a game. I mean, man, this is one of the biggest super teams we ever seen. Not the biggest, of course. Could maybe plan out being probably the biggest super team if it plans out well. I mean, just a few years ago, people were calling Chris Paul the best player in the league, thinking he was supposed to win MVP, the best point guard in the league. I was not. Oh, I thought you were saying I was calling Chris Paul that, but I was talking about Kendrick Perkins in that manner. But yeah, 2 years ago, Chris Paul was in MVP discussions, and then Kevin Durant still KD. Devin Booker was also his first All NBA first this past season. DeAndre Ayton, All-Star caliber player, 18 and 10. Not a lot of guys putting those double doubles up in the league. Not a lot of big men putting those double doubles up in the league. Chris Paul, 1 assist off of a double double, and like I said, Devin Booker putting 26 and KD putting up 30. These guys are stacked offensively. Eli's probably gonna say what I would have said next, but they picked up some help on the interior, so hopefully things look good for the Suns. I'm actually pretty scared as a Warriors fan that the Suns might actually win a champion. Chris Paul will finally get a championship, man. I'm pretty scared. Yeah, man.
Did you just say the Warriors, man?
Yeah,
Anyways, look, this right here, like I said, this is what makes this the greatest trade deadline of all time, right? Then you add Kevin Durant to a team that went to the finals in 2021. And last year they won 60 games. The year before that they won 60 games. Really a team that was really, they got the oil going. They were a well-oiled machine, but in the playoffs they couldn't quite get it done, and the wheels completely fell off last year. They got, eliminated by Luka and what have you, and that kind of stunted their growth, so to speak, right? So then you come into this season, they're dealing with injuries. They're not really playing well. The chemistry's off because DeAndre Ayton has issues with certain teammates or the coach or whatever the case may be, right? So now you get Kevin Durant now. You give away Mikal Bridges, you give away Cam Johnson, a really good scorer. You give away Mikal Bridges was a crucial point for me. And their defense, especially their perimeter defense, a really good guy to have on your defense. They gave him away, and I don't really think it'll hurt them because I think the gain of Kevin Durant and the loss of Mikal Bridges cancels each other out, if that makes sense to y'all watching. It really, at this point when I think about it, because before the stream started, I was telling Eddie that I don't think this is a super team, but I will have to say that this is a super team. I want to call it a fringe super team. I'll just go ahead and say it's a super team. This is a super team. Kevin Durant, Chris Paul, Devin Booker, DeAndre Ayton, and a really decent supporting cast. It's a super team. You know what I'm saying? Now that you have this team, and all due respect to Jokic, he's doing great things. Now that you have this team in the Western Conference, it kind of paints a more clearer picture that this could potentially be the team to make it out of the Western Conference. It's a team whereby they're really lacking in nothing. There's not really any major weaknesses they may have. They have a lot of experience on the team. Like, the expectations for them are high, and it's warranted, bro. So I really honestly am confident that they will make it out of the Western Conference, bro. There should be no excuse. And if they don't, there's going to be they're going to get a lot of heat from me. A lot of heat. Chris Paul's going to get a lot of heat. I don't care what age he is. He has a really good team around him. Yes. If they don't get it done, Chris Paul's going to get heat. Kevin Durant's going to get heat. Devin Booker is young. I'm going to be a little bit light on him, but he's going to get heat as well. You know what I'm saying? Look, this is a team whereby there should be no reason they don't make it out of the Western Conference. They have more than enough to make it out of the West. Yeah, there's teams like Memphis. There's teams like the Nuggets. But there's no team like this that's currently built, I think, in all of the NBA. You know what I'm saying? So,
I mean, that's when you focus on just the starting five alone. When you look at from the best player to the worst player on a team like the Nuggets, I mean, uh, I can't really describe who's the worst player on the Nuggets. It would probably be hard. I'll have to look at the roster. But when you describe a team like that, it would be kind of hard to see like, they don't really have a chance. So you'll be full on disappointed if they don't come out the West. You know, it would be really hard. But I know for sure, as of right now, from what we can see, is definitely between those two teams. But yeah.
Right. And also, oh, you got something to say? Because I was gonna say something.
Oh, yeah, I was gonna say this last thing. Yeah, I would really be disappointed mainly in Kevin Durant because he's a superstar. This is a guy who by the NBA was ranked the 10th best player of all time. So I would be very disappointed for something like that, especially being on the fact he just got annihilated in the playoffs last year. Then it's been really tough for him to lead his own team to a championship. Him by himself, not by himself, but as a full-on leader. You're not a co-leader or just the best player on the team, but as an actual full-on leader. It's been very tough for him to even get past the second round in recent memory. And the last thing I want to add on that fact is that it's a chip on the shoulder. I mean, especially being that the Warriors won last year again. Now that he has another super team after he's probably had one since he got to the Nets, it would be really, really like so much heat on KD that you can throw. Even though he says he doesn't care, everyone cares about something, and I'm pretty sure KD actually cares on the fact that he's been given good teams since he got into the league, and he's underachieved more than he actually won. So that's probably about it.
And I have to give a major props to the Nets for putting their future as the number one priority. But they just got rid of KD. I think the team sat down privately and discussed it with him. They just decided that it needed to happen. And I was saying that they need to let him go, and you know what I'm saying, and they did that. Now they have since they traded KD and Kyrie, they now have 5 first rounders, 2 second rounders, Spencer Dinwiddie, Dorian Finney, Cam Johnson. No. Yeah. They have Cam Johnson, Mikal Bridges, Jay Crowder, and some cash. So they it's not like they didn't get back nothing, but you're not gonna get an equivalent to KD.
I think they're, to me, they're top tier winners in this trade deadline. People might say otherwise, but
that's crazy that they were robbed, but they still win at the end of the day, in my opinion. They may not be, they're in rebuild mode. This is a great way to rebuild.
Because all them picks, plus still keeping a guy like Cam Thomas, bro, who's a absolute bucket, and then surrounding him around defensive like that, Dorian Finley, Mikal Bridges, Cam Johnson, Nick Claxton still on the interior. So now these guys got perimeter defenders and interior defenders.
But most of those guys are most likely going to be moved. Like Spencer Dinwiddie, I'm hearing the trade deadline's over here. It's over. So
you got a guy like Spencer who can still run point off the bench or on the bench. It's so much. I still expect the Nets to make the playoffs, whether between a 5 through 8th seed. I could definitely still see it. They're in a comfortable space right now to stay in the playoffs. So I could see them definitely not making no noise really too much. The farthest they'll probably go is the second round. But what I will say is, if they go far, if I see the Brooklyn Nets versus such and such in the Eastern Conference Finals, I swear to God, bro. I swear to God. And I don't see Kyrie Irving or Kevin Durant. Well, both of them matter for the matter of fact. If I don't see the Dallas Mavericks versus the Suns in the WCF, both those guys are underachievers to the max. And their ranking goes down fully. I mean, Kyrie's ranking is already pretty low for me, but Kevin Durant definitely goes down because if those guys, which won't happen, the chances are probably 1%, but they're still more than none. If those guys go to the conference finals without Kevin Durant and Kyrie Irving, if I see Ben Simmons as the best team on the Nets in the conference finals, I won't watch basketball no more. I really won't. I just don't know what to think. I'm being for real, because if I see the Nets in the ECF without those two guys, I don't know what to say at that point. I don't know. I really don't.
The expectations are high, but I really think the probability of the Suns working more so than the Mavs is high. it's a lot more question marks with the Mavs than there is the Suns. To me, I think KD fits in perfectly with
Yeah.
whatever team you throw him on.
Yeah.
Kyrie Irving. Kyrie Irving is the guy who, there's a lot of question marks with, especially pairing him with Luka. Then they gave up some major assets. Major, not I wouldn't say major, but they gave up some assets to acquire Kyrie Irving. So I don't know. Defensively in that backcourt is the major thing I'm worried about for the Mavs. But I don't think I'm really not, thinking they're gonna win the championship, despite the consensus thought of Luka having another superstar next to him. It is Kyrie Irving, this major, but I just have to see it. That's something I have to see. With the Suns, I don't have to see it. I know.
Cause truthfully, be honest, like, okay, let's say we put Kyrie on last year's Mavs team. Let's just say they beat the Warriors, which is it would be a pretty huge chance. And they go into the finals. They probably don't win the championship against Boston. I'm not even gonna sit here and cap, because again, Kyrie just can't handle the pressure that team handles. So that's why I can see why you think a team like the Suns will have a better probability of winning the championship over the the Mavs, because the defense is better. I think they have a better chance in total and beating a team like the Celtics, who between the Bucks, Celtics, and Cavs are the three teams to come out the East. It would be much easier for the Suns to beat them than the Mavs, especially because they don't have enough defense for guys like Malcolm Brogdon, Jason Tatum, and the rest of them, bro. So it would be very hard for the Mavs to keep up with those guys, plus the defense that those guys put in.
Right. So then next, we got LA, man. Trouble in LA. Trouble in paradise, ain't it? Not quite anymore. Not quite anymore.
Yeah.
They traded Russ, man. They traded Russ. They got him up out of there. And we're gonna discuss what I heard from Eddie, you know what I'm saying? But they traded Russ to the Jazz in the 3-team deal. The Lakers got back D'Lo, Malik Beasley, and Vanderbilt, right? And then Mike Conley, Nickeil Alexander, and 3 second round picks go to what team did it go to? Did it go to the
Okay, so
did it go to the no. Did it so Russ goes to the Jazz, and then Mike Conley, Nickeil Alexander, 3 second round picks go where?
Damn, who is the third team in this
Minnesota.
Yeah,
Minnesota. Yeah. And then Russ, Juan, Damian Jones, and a 2027 first rounder goes to the Jazz, bro. What's your thoughts on that?
Man, I got a lot to say. First off, I'm gonna give a round of applause for the LA Lakers, man. Finally, bro. I mean, I was a big fan of LA back in like 2018, but I'm not a LeBron James fan, so I'm not gonna continue jacking a team that isn't me. So, but I wanna clap it up for them, because that was great. Good looking. That was great trading, to be honest. The Lakers won that by far. I mean, picking up a defender like Vanderbilt, who just chases and harasses people around the court, is great. Then adding Malik Beasley, who's a complete sharpshooter. Then you add D'Lo, who is shooting 45% from the 3-point line since the New Year.
The guy you gave up on for Nick Young, a guy we ain't gonna know in 25 years. Remember.
Got better. I mean, he's put up about 16, 17 with about 6 assists. With a 45 field goal, like I said, shooting 45 from the 3 this year, man. It's been about 40 days into the year. Almost 40 days into the year, and he's shooting 45 from the 3. I gotta give it. D'Lo's a guy who's always been, one of my favorite and entertaining players in the league. I'm kind of mad the Lakers give him the first time, but he's back there. The Lakers, I expect you guys again to be a team battling to get to the WCF. You guys just got better. Next up is I'm gonna do Utah last. You said Minnesota. Mike Conley and Rudy Gobert have chemistry together. I mean, I think it's good. Adding a 3-and-D like Mike Conley, he might not be as effective as a 3-and-D as he used to be, but he's still somewhat effective. So adding him with Edwards needs some more defense on the perimeter. I said this since the beginning. Minnesota needed defense on the perimeter because they kind of lost that. So with the Utah trade. So I'm glad they got a little bit of that situated, and then plus I'm pretty sure he had fun playing with Rudy back in Utah. So that's a good that they got them back together. That's pretty much.
Man, they ain't going nowhere. They
Yeah,
ain't, man. Yeah, they
still pretty
they
good. And then moving on, I mean Utah, Russ.
Juan and Damian Jones in the 2027 first rounder.
No disrespect, I ain't worried about you, Damian Jones. I'm really more so worried about not even you either, Westbrook. No disrespect. I'm really more so worried about that first round pick they got in 2027. I believe that was the Lakers pick. The Lakers still kept the 2026 pick, which is really smart. They also made another trade, which we're gonna speak about a little later. But that 2027 first round pick for the Utah Jazz is gonna be real crucial because these guys are in rebuild mode.
UGC Flame, my brother. What's good, man? Thank you for coming through.
Thank you for coming through. I mean, picking up that 2027 pick is going to be very crucial because they're building around Lauri Markkanen. And I could be mistaken, but I heard Utah has 15 first-round picks through 2029, looking like OKC out here. So these guys looking
better than OKC. For sure, no, they got way more picks than
them. No, I said looking like OKC.
What you mean with the picks they got?
Yeah, with the picks.
Yeah, they got more. They better.
No, OKC got 17.
Wait, you said OKC got more than that?
Yeah, they got 17.
Oh man, that's crazy. I thought the Jazz had more.
No, yeah. So yeah, Utah, man, and adding a veteran like Westbrook, who's currently in the league for Sixth Man of the Year. I mean, Westbrook ain't wow pizzazz worthy, but he's still, pick him up 16, 8, and 8 is still useful on any team. And touching up on the last things, you bring up what
now hold on, I'm about to say this. Right. Was that you who told me that Russ no, I don't think it was you. I think it was that Russ is gonna be he's gonna be bought out and the Lakers are looking to bring him back.
Yeah, you guys, they probably don't remember, but my cousin Cito, he did kind of bring that up to me, and I wanted to bring that up to you. That there's a possibility that.
Hold on, let me read this comment real quick. I gotta get caught up with the trades. Kind of been out the loop. Only know about Kyrie to Dallas. Okay, we got you at corner. Okay, all right.
Real quick, we could do the what we talked about so far. So we got KD to the Suns. Well, go ahead, Eli, since you got the list.
We got KD and TJ Warren to the Suns for Cam Johnson, Mikal Bridges, Jay Crowder, 4 first rounders, and some cash from the Phoenix Suns. Then you got Kyrie. You already know about that. Then you got Russ to the Jazz in the 3-team trade for D'Lo, Malik Beasley, and Vanderbilt. And then Minnesota gets they were the 3rd team in the 3-team deal. They got Mike Conley, Nickeil Alexander, 3 second-round picks, and also the Jazz get Russell Westbrook, Juan Toscano Anderson, Damian Jones, and a 2027 first round pick. You know what I'm saying? But we're gonna keep going so we get catch you up. Okay.
Bro, there's a possibility that Russ could get bought out. And I mean, it makes a lot of sense. I mean, I think it's only like $27 million left in that contract because he's already played through half the season. So it's about $27 million left in that contract. It would make sense to buy Russ out, get him back in LA because Darvin Ham, even though they argued, Darvin Ham loved Westbrook. I mean, he had a little bias to him, in my opinion. And then I felt like LeBron James actually liked playing with Westbrook. So it makes a little sense to get him back, maybe obviously for cheaper. I mean, he's a free agent this summer. Probably can get Westbrook back from the ranges from $15 to $20 million, which I think the Lakers can afford a year. I mean, it would be a good pickup for their bench to get Westbrook back. You see what he was doing. He was playing pretty decent on their bench. So I think the Lakers should go for it, have someone buy, the Jazz buy him out, and then he goes to LA. Not a bad decision.
With the highest respect, man, taking nothing away from Russ, man. With the highest respect, I would never, ever in life be on the level that he is in basketball, ever. I was never. I played in a high school team one time, and I wasn't good. I played defense. The only thing I could recall from me playing basketball in high school, not in high school, in the middle school team, was me getting in the game, and 2 minutes later, I fouled the dude, and I was out the game. That's it. So I would never be up. But bro, at this point in his career, bro, why are there still teams that are campaigning for him? They get him, and once they get him, they start complaining, bro. That's just how it ends up, bro. So I definitely see him going back to the Lakers, bro, and being, what I'm saying, getting back in the groove. What I'm saying? He was doing his thing on the Lakers. He's in the runners for six man of the year. He accepted the role of being a six man, something that he was trying to shy away from and run from. But inevitably, that's what he is. That's what he is now. He's a six man. He's doing his thing, bro. So you don't want to mess with that chemistry. You don't want to have to build a new chemistry with a team that you have no identity with. You have identity with the Lakers. Stay on the Lakers. You know what I'm saying? Darvin Ham likes Russ. He's built a relationship with him. He's respected him. He's gave Russ confidence on a different level. May not be on the level that he once had it, but on a level where he could understand that this is who you are. This is who you are now. You are not the player you used to be, and you need to accept that this will make the team better. You get what I'm saying? So, I definitely see it happening. That's all I gotta say. But go ahead.
That's probably about it. We could probably move on to the next trade.
And then the Lakers traded Pat Bev for Mo Bamba. What you think about that?
Oh man, that to be honest, to get that for that is crazy. I mean, Pat Bev was averaging like 5 points for the Lakers. Obviously he wasn't playing no defense. I mean, I've been told you guys, no disrespect to you, Pat. That's how he calling himself Pat. That's how he talk. But I love your podcast, bro. Maybe you should possibly stick to that a little more. I mean, no shots at you, but it's just like, bro, I've always thought, again, it's not hating. I just always thought you've been a little overrated on defense. I feel like it's been a few years. You could shoot the three. I mean, I haven't seen too much of it this season. But
what Russ said, he be running around screwed if you think he played defense.
He run around screwed, yeah. No disrespect. No disrespect, Pat.
Oh my gosh, that's so funny.
I mess with your podcast, but Pat, I don't know, man.
Patrick? Yeah,
Patrick. I mean, Mo Bamba for you is honestly still in the Lakers' favor. I mean, someone is pulling strings over there. Somebody in the NBA organization worked for LA because
Mo Bamba was on the Magic.
Magic, yeah. You for Mo Bamba is a good steal. I mean, a stretch who can protect the rim. You can't protect shit. To be honest, I'm not gonna lie, and you're not shooting the three real good right now.
I would love to see AD back at the 4 and Mo Bamba at the 5.
Or either way, in that. Man, listen, bro. If we see a lineup that could D'Lo, Malik Beasley. Oh, I mean, Lonnie Walker's still here, so we push Malik Beasley to the bench. D'Lo, Lonnie Walker, LeBron James, Mo Bamba, AD or AD Mo. Man, it would be hard.
It's looking that way, UGC. I don't rate him high, bro. I know. We can give A for effort, but
it's kind of hard. I mean, as much as I hate saying this, man, and it's not that I don't like the kid. He's from the city. He's from the towns. I would much rather have Jose Alvarado than Pat Bev, especially at this point in time.
Yes, sir.
As much as I don't like to say it, it's no hate on Alvarado. I just don't think, to me, he plays as good defense as everyone thinks he does, but he still plays better defense than Pat Bev. I would much rather have him.
Last cap.
I would much rather have Jose Alvarado than Pat Bev, but yeah, Mo Bamba, a pickup for Mo Bamba, a 5 that can get you 12 to 13 points a game, and a system with LeBron still putting up 30, AD putting up 28, D'Lo putting up 16, Lonnie Walker putting up 17. Yo, these plus extra defense, man. These guys are already.
There should be no excuse about a supporting cast, LeBron James.
Yeah, there shouldn't be. Even though there shouldn't have been an excuse in the past couple years, to be honest. I mean, just to discuss one thing really quick, LeBron hasn't been over 500 with AD the last 2 seasons, which I think is pretty sad to me, especially when you added another superstar like Anthony Davis alongside LeBron James. You should be 10, 12 games over 500,
yeah,
but that's
so
a little tough.
Despite them playing together, they weren't good. Whether he was with him or not, they was not good.
Which is an excuse they like to make. But despite that, this is not about that. This is about the Lakers making very good trades. Finally, these guys couldn't get nothing last year, but I'm actually proud of them for doing something this year, man. This is a very good team. This is the team that I'm gonna want to watch now. This is basketball that I want to see, and it's gonna, man. It's so many teams. It's like, bro, I'm thinking before the KD trade was made, I'm thinking, yo, the Lakers are about to come out the West. But then that KD trade is made. But then the Mavs and them boys, then I could never count Memphis out. Can't count Jokic and the Nuggets out. And to me, I'm still not counting the Warriors out. It's so many teams. There's a toss up everywhere, man. Because the league is then plus Portland, who made some good trades later, who we will talk about. It's so many teams, bro, in the West, same as the East, but it's between 3 teams for sure. We know in the East, mostly 2, mainly 2, but in the West is all around, man. The Lakers, again, another round of applause for you guys. You guys made great trades. I can't say nothing about that. I really hope you guys.
You got Thomas Bryant getting in his feelings because AD got back, came back from injury and his minutes diminished, so he immediately requested for a trade, and he was. See you bye, you know what I'm saying? They ain't okay, bye-bye. Big ass Kobe Bryant.
Is valuable. Don't get me wrong. Not nowhere near as valuable as Anthony Davis.
Hold on, let me say this though. They got him out of there for Devon Reed, 2025 second round pick, 2026 second round pick, and a 2029 second round pick. So they racking up on the picks, man, because they had only 2 first round picks, or
only 2 first round.
You know
they
what
only
I'm
have
saying?
one now. They only have one.
Oh, they got one. Oh, they traded away. Okay, they gave away Thomas Bryant. They got a little they can flex their muscles a little bit with the assets they got. They might want to keep those assets just in case for the near future. But that's pretty much it. The Lakers, I got what do you grade their trade deadline transactions?
So if I'm going down the line, Suns, I'll say B+. Mavs,
No, for the Lakers.
No, yeah,
right
I'm gonna just go down the line.
All right.
For the teams. Mavs A-. Lakers, since we talked about them already, I'm gonna have to go A- as well. I'm leaning more towards A+ because, man, bro, they did some good stuff, man. I can't even sit up here and cap, bro. The roster they got, I really just hope I don't want to hear no excuses at this point. That's the only thing I got to say. I'ma just go ahead and let them say A+. A+ for the Lakers. I think they had the best trades made. They gave up a lot. They got more back. So, Thomas Bryant to the Nuggets is good to me. Jokic could sit a little bit more now. Give Thomas Bryant some minutes. He come off the bench, maybe get you 10 and 10, maybe 10 and 8, maybe 10 something. 10 was something. So yeah, that's what I got. I gave him an A+. I'm feeling nice today, especially to the Lakers. A+.
Yeah, they did their thing. They really did their thing, but they got more than enough time to get the situation together. You know what I'm saying? Get themselves in a situation to contend for a championship. We got AD. AD, he's injury prone, but when he's on the court, he's effective. You got LeBron James still playing at a high level. Some people think he's the best in the world for whatever reason. You know what I'm saying? Exactly. But that's neither here nor there. He's still playing at a superstar level. Got to give him that credit at the age of 38, just past Kareem. We're gonna talk about that as well. Look, bro, there should be no reason they don't progress. They shouldn't regress from this. They should get better. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, then you got Saddiq Bey. Talk about Saddiq Bey. We're gonna get to this.
Right before adding this extra little thing, they can't regress because look, this, and we know how LeBron haters get on LeBron. So if they regress, this is gonna look very bad for LeBron James, and he just broke the scoring record. So yeah, Saddiq Bey was recently traded for James Wiseman. I mean, I said, put James Wiseman on the block, shop him. But it was kind of sad to see him go. He went for Saddiq Bey. Then quickly, the Warriors capitalized, traded Saddiq Bey to the Hawks for 7 second-round picks. I think is a lot. They quickly turned the 7 second rounds for, I think, Kevin Knox and GP2 back in another 3-team trade. But speaking back on Saddiq Bey, I mean, for the Atlanta Hawks, man, great pickup. I mean, he hasn't played with anyone on the playmaking ability level of Trae Young or DeJounte Murray. Or DeJounte Murray. So that would be very great for him to get some playmakers involved with him, especially since because he can shoot the 3. well. I mean, he shot 38 his rookie year on 7 attempts. He's been shooting a little below average his last 2 seasons. But in a system like that will get better once Bogey is fully healthy. Still Clint down there. I expect the Atlanta Hawks to finish a top 5 seed, maybe 5th or 4th, just somewhere along the lines of those. They should already be there. I don't know what's taking them so long. And Cito, if you end up watching this right now or later, there's no excuses for them. You like to make up a lot of excuses for the Hawks, but there's no excuse. They just picked up a 15-point per game scorer. Who was scoring 15 of 40 field goals. So now in a better system, it should be maybe 17 points or 45, 46. It should be better. I think this was a good pickup. I would rate the Hawks trade progression maybe a B minus, something decent. Sadiq Bey isn't the greatest.
He is the world beater here.
Yeah, he isn't, but it's still a decent pickup that will definitely affect the Hawks. After that,
we got John Wall and Eric Gordon.
John Wall and Eric Gordon. I mean, honestly, the Clippers win getting back their veteran who got drafted there. Eric Gordon. He did get drafted. Yeah. Who started off his career in his second year averaging about 20, 22 points in LA. I mean, he knows around the town over there. He knows his way to the arena. Adding a 3-point shooter who, at an older age, who doesn't really want to do much, and even though he's still providing a lot of effort, I'm happy for him. I know he wanted to get the hell out of Houston. I mean, it was an interview at one point. He was saying, there's nothing we could do in Houston. I'm like, wow, that's how you talking about your team. There's nothing blatant, like straight up. There's nothing we could do in Houston to, win. I'm like,
what about John Wall, bro?
You're older guy saying that, but John Wall, man, it hurts, man. John Wall was all NBA second just 5 seasons ago. Had one of the best seasons for a point guard in recent memory. And just to see him regress this bad, especially coming from the first year coming from injury in Houston, decent 20 points per game, pretty decent. With 6 assists, then doesn't play the next year, the whole year, still gets paid $40 million, then barely plays this year. I mean, man, and didn't even do shit in the Clippers, man. He was supposed to. The guys was jacking they was gonna win a championship, man. These guys are struggling. I mean, they're 4th seed. They were struggling to,
offensively, they are terrible, bro.
Offensively, they're terrible, and then when you got a guy like John Wall who's supposed to be one of the greatest passers in the new generation, I mean, man. John Wall, man, come on, bro. Like, this kind of hurts seeing you go from team to team at this point and just you're not yourself, bro. And I get it, bro, that you suffered 2 career-ending injuries and you're still playing basketball. I got to give you credit for that. But
yeah, that's true. But
I can't give you credit for the fact that you're not, you're shifting more towards the role player when even throughout.
Oh God, this season he's averaging 11 points. 5.2 assists on 40% from the field and 30% from 3, 68% from the free throw line, bro. What are we doing with that, bro?
I'm not asking you to be an all-star. I'm asking you to be a star player, just someone who could contribute 15 points of maybe 44, 45 field goal with about 6 to 7 assists. I mean, if Westbrook could do it, bro, you could do it.
And then he's consistently injured, bro. Like, I don't know, bro. I really don't want to be harsh on players that suffer major injuries, and that's why
it's kind of a soft spot for those guys. Yeah. But it's like, bro, we got to keep it truthful, bro.
I really don't know, but let me say this though, bro. The expectations that he had that were have for him for the Clippers, he and the Rockets when he did play, he played well. He didn't play crazy, he played well. And it was looking good for him. That's why the Clippers wanted
star level. It was still star, right. Not all star, but star level basketball.
And the Clippers wanted him, And then he gets to the Clippers, and it's like I don't know, bro. Like it just hasn't been what it was thought to be. We've been seeing a lot of that go around lately too. So I don't know, bro. So now he's back to the Rockets, where he was, a team that did not want him. Apparently, clearly. They traded him off to the Clippers. They purposely sat him down, or he sat down, whatever, just not to play, just until they traded him. So
he had a few bad negative words about the Rockets as well during.
Yeah, and on that interview, right? You talking about? Wow. So that's gonna be not awkward at all, but that's crazy, bro. I really don't know, but that's That's pretty much all, bro. So overall, I'm gonna give my grades for the uh the trades. So I gotta give the Suns an A+, bro. I think I ain't gonna lie, I think they robbed the bank with that one. Although the Nets didn't really lose, considering what their goal is, what they're aiming towards, a rebuild. They got really decent role players on the team surrounding a player that's looking very promising, 340-point games. I mean, I hope it's not a fluke. I hope it's down no Jeremy Lin stuff, like Cam Thomas is what I'm talking about. If you haven't seen him, check him out. He scored 3 straight 40-point games.
He
You know what
also
I'm saying?
the SEC in scoring, which is pretty hard to do. Only greats like Kevin Durant, Steph Curry in college did things like that. Lead the SEC in scoring. So the guy, he can score, bro.
Right. So I give the Suns an A for the trade. It was still, like I said, the Nets didn't lose though, considering what they're aiming towards. Then the Mavericks, another steal. The Nets just did what they did. So I give the Mavs definitely an A for getting a superstar caliber player. That was the goal, to get somebody to support Luka and his skill set and his talents, right?
Or he's not there.
Then the Lakers, I give them a B+. I think it was really good. They surrounded some shooters around them. They surrounded some interior forces around them. They surrounded the right things that they needed, that they were calling for, screaming for, stuff that they should have got to begin with, but other things happened. But they got the necessary pieces they need around them to surround AD and LeBron James, who I said are playing at levels that they are expected to play. But the question is AD or whatever, you know what I'm saying. But look, I give them a B+. Then who else was it? Was it the Jazz? The Jazz, they got back Russ, Juan, Damian Jones, 2027 first pick, bro. What you think I should get at, bro? I'm probably gonna get that probably like a C- or a D or something.
Yeah,
like
C-.
that. Yeah.
The Nets, I don't think I said the Nets, but I give the Nets an A-.
Hey. Oh yeah, the Nets. Oh yeah, I give them like a B, a solid B. Solid. Nah, I'd probably get him a C. Just because you're not gonna get an equivalent of KD or Kyrie, but I think if you're trading Kevin Durant, you go after 8. You at least go after 8, and you at least go after Chris Paul. You at least go after Devin Booker. They didn't do that, so it's like I can't give them a B.
I felt the same way about the whole Kyrie trade, but we discussed that was literally a bag of chips. That's how I felt. I'm like, bro, so you're not even gonna try to attempt to get Christian Wood at least, bro? At least throw him next to Nick Claxton, which I feel like would have been good. You got a rim protector with a stretch. Was good. It's good, Nick. That's my boy. My baseball. On my baseball team.
Oh, what's good, bro? What's good?
Tough. That's my boy. But yeah, bro.
Yeah, for sure. You're not gonna get an equivalent of KD, so that's why I can't get the
And then
Nets.
losing them both and you didn't gain a superstar. I mean, they got the draft picks. We'll see. We'll see. Years from now, we'll see who's the superstars and who's not. If they could get a player better, I mean, guys I know what's this kid name? Baby KD that they was calling your boy.
Oh, you talking about Imani Bates?
Yeah, Monty Bates in the near future. I feel like I could see him in Brooklyn, but yeah.
And then you got John Wall and Eric Gordon, that trade to Rockets. John, would you grade that? No, I'm matter of fact, I'm supposed to be grading that. I grade that
C+, maybe B- for
C+. I get that C. Matter of fact, nah, I give it an A. I give it an ace off the simple fact that this guy's way better than John Wall right now. You know what I'm saying? So I give it an A. It's not a major pickup, but in terms of a trade, the trade, it's an A because they're trading somebody significantly better. No, they traded somebody significantly worse for somebody significantly better. So I give it an A, bro. And then the Nuggets trade, for Thomas Bryant.
C+.
Yeah, I'll get out of C+. KD not finna give CP 0 rings. I don't know. Maybe. Like we talked about earlier, bro. If if they don't get it done, bro, it's gonna be major heat coming
Yeah,
for me, bro.
John Wall.
Major heat.
They did violate John Wall, sending him back to Houston. I don't know why Houston would even go through with that. I really don't know, man. Houston is just not a place to be.
A
You
lot
know,
of players been getting sent back to their old
I
destination.
mean, probably besides what the strip clubs down there. I mean, what is it really worth down there? I don't know.
That's crazy. Spencer Dinwiddie got sent back to Brooklyn. He had a really good nice little hit. What I want to say, like he had his hero moments for the Nets
Oh yeah,
in that little run. Then you got D'Lo going back to the Lakers, but he was traded for a foolish reason for a foolish player. You know what I'm saying? Then you got
who ended up just signing with the Warriors in a year.
exactly.
to take
Then
the
wait, who else back to 18? We just said it. My memory is yeah,
Eric
John
Gordon.
Wall got sent back.
John Wall and
So,
Eric Gordon.
yeah. Oh yeah, Eric Gordon got sent back to the Clippers. Right. So a lot of players are getting sent back. They trash, and the Clippers finna be trash. Same with the Clippers.
Yeah,
The Clippers. I don't know what's going on. Offensively, they're not.
yeah,
They're
bro. I
not
don't
good.
see Eric Gordon taking us from 25th to best offense in the league or even top 5. So it's no disrespect to Eric Gordon. You just, you're not young Eric Gordon. Even if it was younger Eric Gordon, I don't think you're doing that. Maybe 15. So this
All
is
right,
all the Kawhi Leonard and Paul George to carry the offense back up to the top 10 at least, maybe top 15. So
all right. Now look, we got some major history that took place the other night, man. I watched it. It gave me chills all down my arms, man. I felt the legendary aura of this guy, man. LeBron James, man. He's the all-time leading scorer in NBA history, bro. What's your thoughts on that? And then I'm gonna go after. Or you want me to go first?
I mean, I was actually writing an essay today in class, and they told me write whatever you want. That was something that was in it. So I think that's going to be something said from years to come. I mean, LeBron James is obviously an arguable GOAT. We have, if someone was to argue it, we would understand why. But we have our reasons why we think someone else is the GOAT. So, I mean, man, this is great. This boosts a lot of stuff for LeBron James. I mean, I'm really happy for him, bro. Like this is great, man. He really made history. It took 40 years, bro. Over 40 years. Sorry, it took 43 years for this to happen, bro.
About
My dad was born when Kareem set this record, so that I know this is a pretty big deal. Um, do I know how long this record will be set for? Or will it be longer than how long Kareem set it for? I don't know, but I do know that I'm here to appreciate greatness. Because you guys like to think I like to hate on LeBron. You guys never see the things where I talk good about LeBron, which you guys probably won't even see this because you guys want to choose what you want to see. But I got to give it up to LeBron for doing that. This is not easy. Averaging more than 25 points per game for 19 straight seasons is honestly one of the craziest stat lines I've ever heard. But no, this does not make him the greatest scorer of all time, which I want to address. This makes him again. He's been top 5. There's nothing you can do to stop LeBron James. That's why he's one of the greatest scorers of all time. He's been top 5. This doesn't make him the GOAT. You would really have to watch to make him the GOAT, since you guys like to use that term a lot. Watch basketball. In terms of the GOAT, the greatest scorer of all time. And this does not make him the greatest player, in my opinion, of all time either. This just for him achieving his stat. But again, if you felt like he was a GOAT before, I respect it. No, don't get me wrong. But this right here shouldn't make him the GOAT, because y'all didn't feel that way about Kareem being the greatest player of all time with the scoring record. So you shouldn't feel this way about LeBron James.
When Karl Malone was second, nobody was saying, he's gonna be the GOAT if
he's
you
top 10. No one's even arguing he's even top 10. So don't do that. If you felt like he was the greatest before, I could respect that. But after him breaking the score record doesn't make him the greatest scorer or player of all time. Just let's appreciate this greatness, and let's accept the fact that he's the all-time leader scorer. I accepted the fact that he passed Kobe years ago. I accepted the fact that he passed MJ years ago. LeBron James is a great player, man. He's gonna do what greats do, especially with the durability he has, the longevity he has, and what he can do, and what his body can do, and what he does to his body, how he takes care of it. So LeBron James, you know, you
I
sir,
applaud him. I applaud him, bro. Like I said, I watched it. Got chills all up and down my
definitely.
spine and neck, bro. Like in my arms, bro. Like the greatness was felt, bro. He made his presence felt. It's a great achievement to have when you break records that go on for 20 and 30 and 40 and 50 years. When you break records like that, bro, and a record like that that hasn't been touched or never thought it was good, and people thought it was never gonna be touched. When you do that, bro, you place yourself in a category of its own. He is in a category of his own, just not in the one that the one that me and Eddie think that he's not in. But he's definitely one of a kind, bro. The greatest longevity of all time, the greatest durability of all time. You know what I'm saying? The longest run of greatness for a long time. He's been playing at a superstar level for more than 20 years. Not more than 20 years, I'm trying. For more than
19, 19
16, 17 years, bro.
yeah,
You know what I'm
it's been
saying?
about 19.
So event and probably will be more than 20 years. We never know. That's just how unpredictable his durability is. But major props to LeBron James. A great accomplishment, bro. And like Eddie said, it does not make him the GOAT. Does not make him the greatest scorer of all time. And there's people that say, "Oh, but he had." There's people that say, "Well, Eli, he has the most points of all time." Well, I know a couple guys who led the league in assists, but that doesn't make Westbrook led the league in assists, but does that make him the greatest? Did that make him the best passer in the league? No, I didn't think that. At least I didn't think he was the best passer in the league. But it is what it is, bro. I really honestly think that it's a great achievement to have. Like I said, kudos to LeBron James, and he's gonna continue to do great things. He may even get to 40,000 points, and that is just something. Nobody is gonna be able to touch that most likely. There are candidates that me and Eddie probably think can, but until further notice, that's just an achievement that's nobody's really gonna touch to me, bro. But what you think about that, Eddie? That's all you got? Oh, I think he cut up, but yeah. No,
One,
you there? Oh, there you
you
go.
can hear me, right? All right, one,
Yeah, I can.
oh, you, yeah.
You
One
kind of
thing,
You kind of cutting
one
out.
last thing I want to add to that.
Hey, you kind of tripping up.
You hear
Oh,
me?
there you go. There
I'm
you
good
go.
now.
You good. You good. Yeah, you good.
The last thing I wanted to say, yeah, bro, that doesn't make him the GOAT. Like I said, you thought he was the GOAT before. I respect that, but there's a lot of things that go into the fact of being the greatest scorer of all time. I mean, I heard Shannon Sharp arguing something along the lines of, since I don't know if he's still in here, but in terms of baseball, he said, well, Barry Bonds, he has the home run record, right? Even though he cheated, but he only has 2 home run titles. And there's a lot of things that I could actually say about this. If I was up there, I mean, you're more likely to score a point than to hit a home run. I mean, Barry Bonds, he hit 73 home runs in a year. LeBron scored like 2,000 points for a couple years. There's a big difference. 73, 2,000. LeBron averages 27 points for his career. Barry Bonds doesn't even average a home run per game. So there's two different. It's a whole different ballpark. And even if someone who I would probably consider not only the greatest player of all time, even though I didn't get to watch him, with the stats and as much highlights I can gather up, Babe Ruth has 12 home run titles, who I think is the greatest home run hitter of all time, has about 700 plus home runs hit. So, Shannon was kind of wrong on that part. Michael Jordan has 10 scoring titles, and yes, averaging 35, 37, 30 for countless years, leading the league in playoff scoring
And then
and, and total points.
and you got to think about the
Era of defense.
not that the era in which he played in. For the most part, he he played 82 games consistently. That's for one, and that's not the point I'm trying to make. But he played 82 games. But when you got to think about the times he was hurt. You know what I'm saying? The times we retired, and he still scored 32,000 points. So if you add, and I'm not trying to make hypothetical, but if you add those seasons where he was injured for a whole entire season, where he left to go play baseball, he left he retired after the last championship. He came back. If you think about those times, if he did, where he would be, he was already at 32,000 points.
Because let's be respectful. I mean, a lot of guys like to play hypothetical games with LeBron James. If such and such was here,
money. It's good.
Thank you. Salute. If Kyrie and such and such was here, they would have won this and that. I mean, if MJ didn't go to play baseball, I mean, if he didn't get injured in his second season when he broke his foot, if he didn't, the baseball thing, if he played more, they do got a squad now. If he played more games during the season that he finally came back, it would be a different story. I mean, honestly, he played 13 seasons with over 30 games. I mean, and scored 32,000 points. Pretty impressive. He's a career 30 points per game. He averages 3 more points than LeBron. Off like what, 0.1 less field goal on a 0.1 less field goal percentage. I mean, he had one-on-one. It was one-on-one defense. He was attacking his defender. You had to really show you can guard this man for him to actually destroy. Think you have a chance. And on top of the fact that if you guys don't want to say this was a harder defensive era to score when actually it was, between 90s and 2000s is the best defensive eras. If you don't want to say that, at least you can say it for the fact that these guys were hurting this guy and he still got up, dusted himself off, and continued to score his 30, 40, 50 points.
All right, look, you can keep going, Eddie. I'm about to share this video. I want them to go on the video I just dropped. I want them to go and like it. Read this comment.
Yo, Eddie, how you doing, bro? Speaking facts as always. What's good, Raheem? Yeah, you know that, bro. Chilling and shit. Just talking about. I know what do you think about the James Wiseman trade? I'm a little sad about it, bro. A little Warriors fan. I didn't want Wiseman to leave, but things happen, bro. I mean, we got Kevin Knox, who's a shooter, and GP2 back, who I did not want to go, man. Eli can vouch for me. I didn't want GP2 to go at all, bro. I was mad that we didn't spend the little money that we had for him, but things happen. He's back. There's nothing I complain about. But yeah, bro. LeBron James isn't the best scorer of all time. If you want to argue him 2 to 3, so be it. But it's just hard to put anyone in terms of scoring over Michael Jordan, whether it didn't matter who had the record, bro. 10 scoring titles is crazy. 30 points per game is crazy. Leading the league in scoring and playoffs for about 10 or 12 seasons is crazy. It's just so many things you can say on the scoring end for Michael Jordan. Yeah, I knew it was Raheem, bro. What you thinking the next season gonna be? Since you got here a little later, I said to me the Nets had an A- with the bench players who thought they had a chance to step up. They had an A- trade deadline. They picked up a lot of draft picks, and Mikal Bridges and Cam Johnson is gonna be pretty good for the roster. But go ahead, Eli. Show them the video that we just dropped recently. The couple videos we just dropped. So yeah, Raheem, that's how I feel. I appreciate you for popping out though. You and Nico, I appreciate y'all for popping out. Side note though, for the scrimmage tomorrow, or the intertwined, whatever coach said, we're gonna get this going tomorrow. I hope the pitchers come in with some heat tomorrow. But yeah, like up that video, y'all. Eli said this is his favorite video, y'all, and he has a whole nother channel. He said it's one of his favorite videos he ever made, so he put in work to make this. So, but yeah, I also want y'all to feel me, spam up something in the chat for Eli. Man, he's been carrying Game of Takes. He's been putting it on his back for the past few days because I've been a little busy, and he's been a little busy too. And he's still, that's not an excuse for me. He's been carrying this channel still, So we let's give up some for Eli. No pause on that, So. I like up this video, man. The Warriors traded Wiseman, the number 2 pick, for 5 second-round picks. Nah, I mean, but they end up trading the 5 second-round picks for Kevin Knox or GP2. Yeah, GP2 actually, GP2 in the 3-deal trade for Portland. So, along with something else. So they didn't really get, it's something calm. Number 2 pick is crazy though. When they could have chose LaMelo Ball, have him run the guard along Steph Curry. I mean, that would have been one one of the best shows in the NBA. Steph Curry is already one of the best shows in the NBA. To add along LaMelo Ball, man, I would have loved to see that. You know, why not see LaMelo, good 3-point shooter, play with the best, then another one of the best. You know, I would have loved to see LaMelo play with him. I mean, Anthony Edwards would have been nice too. I mean, maybe I don't know about his attitude, but then again, playing with Steph Curry is probably one of the easiest things you could do on earth. You know.
Yeah, man. You know what I'm saying? Y'all go like that up, man. Y'all go. That's the latest video on the channel. You know what I'm saying? But with that being said,
Hold on,
I'm gonna
before
read
we
this.
got we close before we close out, there's a few comments. There's like the
Yeah, let
last
me get
couple
this.
comments. This has got a good young team. I mean, yeah, when Cade come back, they'll be all right. Isaiah Stewart, James Wiseman. I mean, yeah, Cade. Yeah, I mean, I guess there's some, and they got more picks coming up. They're supposedly also in the lead for Victor Wembanyama. So Wembanyama. The Hawks getting Sadiq Bey. I said earlier it's a great pickup. I think B minus I stated, or C plus somewhere along those lines because Sadiq Bey is a 15 point per game average, and I don't want to hear no excuses for Trey no more at this point because he along the lines with Bo, still keeping DeAndre Hunter, Bo, Clint Capella, and John Collins. So still with DeJounte Murray there. So, you know, those guys is somewhat of a fringe super team, somewhere almost there. You know, those guys got a lot from head to toe. These guys got a good roster, guys who will give you 15. You know, this mainly a basketball page, right? But I do watch football, so I'm gonna have to go the Chiefs. I mean, Pat Mahomes, he lost what, 2 Super Bowls. He lost the AFC last year, so he has to. He knows he has to close out. He has to win. Again, he has to win this time. He hasn't won since 2019, and that year he almost lost. Stop hating on Trae Young. He the next Curry. He the next Curry. It may be a little crazy, especially because of the efficiency gap. But yeah, he's a good player. But I'm just saying I don't want to hear the excuses no more. I mean, he's got a very good team now. I hope he can prevail and do what he got to do. But yeah,
That being said, man, that's all we got. Make sure y'all follow us on Facebook. Make sure y'all follow us on Instagram, Twitch, TikTok, man. If y'all want to support the channel, the Cash App is right there at Gamer Takes, man. We're going to keep coming with the content, man. Just keep liking. We're also going to be dropping more shorts because I had a little situation where I couldn't make them because, you know, one of my tools had broke. So we're gonna be dropping more shorts as well on YouTube and on TikTok. And I gotta drop more on Facebook as well. So make sure y'all hit all of those social medias up, man. And with that being said, I'm Eli.
and I'm Eddie.
And we Gamer Takes, man. And we out.